welcome to African Pine Vlogs.
If you're
Thank you
sitting in
for
a front
tuning
row
in.
seat in
For those who are
emergency
new,
exit row
please
or
click the
in
subscribe button for more travel, lifestyle, and food videos.
And today we're going to be mainly
with your
focusing
girl
on
African
storytelling.
Pine.
I am going to
Welcome,
sit
child.
down for New York. You can imagine how that is.
Hello guys, hello. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be mainly doing my au pair story. I'm going to be sharing with you guys my interesting little journey of how I happened to end up here in the United States. It all started as an adventure. It all honestly started as a travel experience. It all started as just wanting to explore the world and just being curious about other people's cultures and what's honestly on the other side. Okay, so it was a year, and I had seen one of my friends, I've seen them online, and I've always had this enthusiasm, or should I say, is it an enthusiasm or a curiosity or a dream of just wanting to go overseas? Okay, I had my eyes aligned on London, because I was carried away by their accent. I was carried away about a whole lot of things, their richness in history, the fact that, the whole country is managed by the Queen. I was just curious, like, okay, I might want to go to this place one day. Okay, and as I was doing my research, as I was sitting down on the computer, as I was trying to find out, like, how can I make it to London? I saw this friend of mine. Actually, she's more than a friend because she's somebody that's got a kid with one of our family members. So I saw her pictures online. Oh my God, she was looking all good. She had this wonderful photo, and her background was snow. I was just like, where is she at? Because I am from Johannesburg South, and in Johannesburg South, we hardly get like inches of snow. So immediately I saw that photo. I thought she might be in Cape Town, but I had figured out that now she's not, in the country. So I decided to go to her message box and message her like, hey girl, how are you? Oh my God, what a nice photo. She said, oh yeah, that's cool. And I'm not even there. I am actually really far away right now. And, I'm in America. I was like, what? I was like, wow, that's amazing. Oh, how is it doing? How is it over there? And obviously with an excitement, oh, it's really fun and it's going good. Mind you, at the time, I was doing my last year of my early childhood development degree, So after obviously sharing the beauty of how she's having fun and all the other experiences, I just felt like this camera is just not situated in the right place. Just feels uncomfortable a little bit. Oh my God. Okay, anyways. Okay, let's come here. So I was just excited. Like, she was mainly in California. So I was like, oh my God, you know what I mean? So she was asking me, obviously, oh, what do you do now? I was telling her, this is my last year, obviously, studying early childhood development. And, when I finish off, I just want to go and be a preschool teacher. She was like, oh my God, really? She was like, oh, I was like, yeah. So like, okay, nice. Because, where I'm at, I'm taking care of kids. I was like, wow, really? She was like, yeah. I was like, oh my God, that looks like something that I might be interested in. Okay, and obviously went ahead and discussed about all the beauties. It took me a while. Like, it took me like a whole year, like 1 year, to decide that, okay, I really want to do this. So, life went on and on. I kept on bringing it up, to my family members and every other person that I know. Like, oh, I'm thinking to go to America. A lot of people will be like, oh, yeah, go for it. A lot of people will be like, I wouldn't dare. Like, how are you going to survive? What kind of food are you going to eat when you get there? How is it going to be like for you? Like, I wouldn't do that. It was just like a whole lot of people's ideas, comments, and it was just a whole lot of different things, one part of me knew deep inside that this is what exactly I've been wanting to do: travel, like fly. So obviously it was okay. Now it's time for me to prep. I had get in touch with this agency and they told me all the requirements, and oh my god, I qualify. So it was like I really have everything that these people need, and obviously there was this huge amount of money that I had to pay. So when I was back home, I've always been somebody that has always been like money conscious. Even over here, I will make some videos later on to share the tips and the hacks of how I managed to just save like 10,000 rand. As a student at that time, I was not really fully full-time employed or anything, but I was making means and I was saving those means. So when they told me about the money, it was just like, okay, cool, that's fine. I'll call you guys back. I had to at the time, my mother and my dad, they already passed on, of which I'll make a video about that story later on. So it was just like, it's just me here anyways. Why not just go travel, get this experience and come back? I had this dream of opening my own like daycare, or should I say K1 center. But obviously you can't just start up as like being a business. You can just probably set up as working, so you can gain that experience and take that experience and put it into life. So I was like, okay, this is an opportunity, and yeah, I'm going. So it was good because now I started off talking to like families online, and people would read my profile and they would decide to talk to me. I think I talked with like 3 families. The first family, it was only a male, and he had just lost his wife, and he was in LA, and he was just looking for somebody that's going to be with his kids. And I was willing, I was like, okay, it could work, single dad, it could work. But after some few weeks time, they had talked about, oh no, they can't be in the program because the hours that they were being offered by the program was not enough, and they just needed something more than that, So I was like, okay. I didn't get them, and mind you, listen, I couldn't wait. Like my bags were already standing. I just wanted to I just wanted to see myself on the other side. So I talked to this other family too. It was a couple, and they had an infant, and they were in California too. And it was just like, they didn't really have much time. They'll schedule an interview and they'll miss it, and okay, oh, we'll talk another time, and it just couldn't happen. And boom, I met this family. They was Indians. So meeting this family, they had twins, and it was just people that, made an appointment and kept up to it. And, they showed me a lot of photos, of their home, of their kids. They asked me about myself, and they sounded really like good people, like people that I felt more connection with them, because there's like quite a number of Indians back in South Africa. So I thought like, oh, this might not be too much of a transition. Yes, I want to share different cultures, but at the same time, I felt it could work better with something that I'm more familiar with. Oh, anyways, it was just that excitement. And I think we spoke like 2 times or 3 times on video call, and the decision was made. Okay, we are going to take you. We feel like you're the perfect candidate for this. I was like, yay. Man, it was just like a dream that just came. Okay, so now after getting a family, obviously now it was time for me to go for my visa interview and, do the final prep to say now I am headed. I was excited. There was this deep joy that I cannot explain. And, I had to go each and every home of my family members and like let them know that, look, I'm traveling. I'm leaving. Like I'm going far away. And a lot of people were stunned, like, are you sure about your decision? Oh my God. When did you start to plan about this? When are you coming back? Or at least how many years are you going to be there? And it was like, you know what, I'm just going for a year, and I see how it goes. If I liked it, I can extend my year. And this is what it was. Everybody was just trying to make sure that I was safe, or make sure it's not this human traffickers, just make sure it's not this and that. Everybody was just safety cautious. By then I already have my passport, honey. I am ready to go. So packed off my bags, and here I am. I'm going to the embassy. The day of the embassy of my interview, oh my God, I had already had these photos that I've taken when I was going for my passport, and obviously there were extras, and I thought that those photos, they can work too for my visa. But apparently when I got there, when I was standing there in line, okay, I had an interview at time. Obviously I get there at like 9:45, you know what I'm saying? And so that at least I can stand on the line and be able to get inside. And as I'm doing this, standing in line, and when I got there, this official, the security, they just looked at those photos and they were like, no, these photos ain't gonna work. I was like, huh? Excuse me? They said, no, these photos, they're not gonna work. This is not the right size. Oh my God. It was insane. Okay? The speed that I used to run, going on to the mall, so that I could go there and inquire, like, where can I take a picture that's so size. Listen, when I got there at the Photoshop, I was literally sweating. As you can, like, I was sweating, like, when I got there, oh, can I please take this photo? Oh, this and that. You know what I mean? And they were like, oh my God, chill out. Like, my visa interview. Everybody, they just managed to squeeze me in. Okay, let her in. And it was like, photo. And it was like, coming out, running. Oh, going back in. I was in line. Some people tried, well, you cannot. You know how it's like inside. You can't do that. We're in line. And the security guard had to be like, no, guys. Like, she was here and she had to, and obviously everybody had to be like, okay, you can go. Bye. You know what I mean? Like, it was not really like, you can go. It was like, you can go type of stuff. It was fine. I was not even trying to mind those people. And obviously when I got there, I met this lady. Oh my God, what an excitement. It started from that. Just meeting an American for the first time, like face to face. Mind you, we always see Americans like on TV. And that's just about it. So obviously South Africa is a diverse country. We have a lot of immigrants, but you would hardly see like an American, you know what I mean? So the lady was just asking me a few questions and obviously told my answers, and she immediately told me on the spot I was approved. Oh my God, the dances that I did, the dances. Oh, hi. My visa has been, now it was just time for me to just kind of wait for this passport for a couple of days. And when it gets back, I got to pick it up and, I'm ready to go. So in my neighborhood and among my friends, because I've always like had that rule that if you're planning on something major, like mostly like back home, don't really be telling people a lot. You can tell like your family members, people that really, that they have your interest at heart a little bit. But the whole world, I didn't really let them know. My friends and everybody like that, I was just like, they was just surprised. Like, I was just like, oh guys, on this weekend, let's do a chill out. I remember in my home too, I did a farewell party, but I didn't really tell nobody that it was a farewell party. You know, everybody's just like surprised. Why would you cook some food, buy some booze, and call people? What's the celebration? You know, deep inside my heart, I was like, I am not telling them. I don't want, because you know, when you're in Africa, you have this mentality that you know people will spoil your things for you, and I think that is not a myth. I think that exists even in the modern world. When you keep stuff to yourself, it's like you give them the power to come true. You know, let people see the results. You ain't gotta be talking, telling people, bothering people about stuff that you're not even sure that it's gonna happen. So that was just me excited, calling people, you know, make some traditional beer. There's our traditional stuff, tea, and obviously we are people who are cultural. There's some certain things you need to do a little bit. Talking about, okay, I'm leaving. Yeah, I'm out. So that was just like what really happened. So I was really like excited. It was like a memento of like excitement. So when the day, and okay, obviously the day comes whereby I get my passport. Now I have this passport in my hands, and I remember you know, going to say my last goodbyes to everybody and my friends, having that party, and it was fun. But they didn't really know, you know, that I was really headed far this time, because obviously I was somebody that always, you know, went from my own town to the city. When I was in varsity, I always lived in Ras, so I was just like always up and down. So when they saw me with the bags, I mean, fast forward obviously to the day of the travel. When they saw me with the bag, this time around, I had this huge black bag, like huge. Okay, and you know, they was just like, oh, bye. I remember one of my friends was like, oh, you don't really like chilling around here. Even when you're done with your studies, you're still going to the city to do what? You know, and it was just deep inside. It was like, you don't know that this time around, I am gone, and I am gone for some time. And yes, I was leaving. Okay, so now I made sure that I packed warm clothes because it was through winter time. I was traveling around November, and obviously I'm going to New York City. That's where you start. That's where everybody who is in this program that I'm in starts, in New York. So I made sure that I went to shop for heavy jackets. I had a lot of jackets that were really warm, and it was just like, I'm ready to go and see New York. Like, it was me and my bag headed to the airport. I could have liked to continue with my story, but I'll make sure that I make another video about my arrival in New York and my experience before the flight took off, because it was a moment of reality, emotion, joy, mixed emotions mixed together. And obviously I had a travel buddy. You know what? I had a travel buddy. So I'll just link our photos, and I'll make sure that I tell you guys more about it in the next video. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. And I like to inspire those of you guys who had this huge dream of traveling for cultural exchanges or for whatever purposes. Listen, if you dream it, it can come to life. You can put your dreams into life. Like, nothing is bigger. Like, some things you can think about it and feel like, oh my God.